Thank you for coming to Mystery Hour. Hello, bonjour. My name is Denise Willerton and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be that for you. So keep that in mind. So this is Mystery Hour. You got a few clues. You got a sketch for you to follow. And then about an hour ago, I sent out another post saying, grab your cardstock and grab your design paper and also a piece of or some colored cardstock that actually goes with your design paper. Let me show you what I mean about that. I have covered this before, but I want to do that again. At the back of all of your design papers, you get this, and sometimes it's like a sticky right on the case, but sometimes it's a cardboard. Don't throw that away. When you use your design paper, well, this is what I do anyway. I take this and I slip it right back in the same envelope. Let's call that an envelope, so that I know that this is what it's all about. These are my colors. And so today I am actually featuring Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper, and it tells me that the colors in here are Bumblebee, which is one of the in colors, Garden Green, which is a color that some of you have expressed to me just in the past few classes that you just can't seem to use it. But anyway, there's Garden Green in here. I did not use it though. There's Old Olive, which is the cardstock color that I did use, Real Red, Soft Suede, and Whisper White. So when I read those, it tells me, because the color in there is Whisper White, that I actually want to use Whisper White as my card base. So that's my starting point, as well as the sketch. So let's get to it. If you're here, why don't you shoot out a little hello so that I know who's here, because I'd love to know who I'm creating with this morning. And I hope you join in. I hope you join in the fun. Here is a box of card. These are envelopes. Here is a box of card bases. Sometimes when I am in a slump, I will actually just knock off a whole bunch of card bases, so I don't have to do it when I need it. So today we're doing Whisper White. Here we go. We've got our card base, which is our starting point. Okay, let's get out our trimmer and I will show you what I've done to follow that sketch. Now I loosely followed it on here, as you can see, and the reason being, when I cut this panel here, I actually ended up cutting it shorter than I originally wanted to. So I just went with it and changed it up just a smidge. So we're going to grab our paper trimmer and we are going to cut our Old Olive, and we're going to cut it at 4.5. So let's find our 4.5, which this already is. 4.5 by 4.1/8. So 4.1/8. Is that making sense? So 1/8, here's your 4. The first little line is 1/16. The next line is 1/8. Grab your cutting and give it a slice. And you can see that this is going to fit on my card like so. Now, if that border is way too small for you, you can trim that again, okay? Then we're going to take our design paper, and our design paper is going to be 4 inches, which it already is, and I want that to sit on here, and I do want a little bit of a border. So let's cut this first to get that that crookedness. So here's my track. I'm going to close my arm, and I can't see any of the comments if you have comments, because it's just not coming through for me. Oh, there they are. There they are. Hi, Christine. Hi, Gail. Whoops, where did they go now? So we've got Gail and Christine with us this morning. Oh, Lucy, good morning. Shell, Darlene, hi. Hi. Oh, so exciting. I have some people here. So anyway, I digress. So I'm going to put this point right in the track, and there's no right or wrong on how you cut it. And there you go. So I've cut that off. Okay, that is going to go onto my card base like so. And now the fun part. Let's get the same cut. That's the other side of the design paper. Isn't it gorgeous? I think I did this backwards. I was supposed to actually cut my design paper first. So you know what? Let's do that. And if I have to grab another piece of... So I want it at least 4 1/8, okay? So let's cut that. So erase all of the above. Let's cut our design paper first. And I'm going to put that point in there. Let's give that a cut. This is what I should have done. And then you lay it down on your cardstock. This is how I do it anyway. And then I can see where I should cut it to mirror that. Hi, Kathy. So what I'm doing is I've cut my design paper. Now I want to cut my cardstock. So I'm lining this up just a little past my cutting track, let's call that. And then on my plastic, I'm not sure what you call that, I can see that my design paper is just on that edge of my cutting track. Fingers crossed, here we go. Give that a slice, and there it is, okay? So that's how I did that. I don't know if anybody else has any other way of doing it. And all this clicking noise here. Grab my silicone sheet, which is a standby for me. I want to put adhesive on this side because that's the side that is going down on here. Okay? And I'm never super generous with my adhesive, only because this goes a long way. Remember when we were little girls in kindergarten or whatever, how we just gobbed the glue on? The tendency is to keep doing that. So there's my wiggle room that I love. And you know what I just realized? I put this down the wrong way. I wanted it to go down the other way. But you know what? It's okay, because my card is going to happen this way instead. So like I said, it's just a loose following. So is anybody else creating at the same time? Can you let me know? Because if you are, I will slow down. Hi, Christine from BC. Yay! I love BC. So is anybody else out there creating? Let me know. Let me know. You are? Okay, Lucy. Hi, Shell, you're at work. I hope you've got me muted. Lucy, are you okay? Are you following along? You're trying to? Okay, so Gail, get your card base and cut your design paper first. Kathy, you're creating too? Yay, dar! So let me know if I need to slow down now. And again, you know what? No right or wrong which way this panel goes on. Should I give you all time to catch up with me? Let me know. And see these little scraps? Like, I don't know, do you keep them? Some people do. Like here's a little something. And then I would just cut that off if I decided I wanted to use that. Look. Da 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 da. A whole nother, right? So sometimes we just need to hang on to things. Yeah, I can't wait to see everyone's cards too, Shell. Thanks for the comments, ladies. Sometimes we just need to keep this conversation going. It does everybody good, I think. Helps us feel connected. So yeah, there's an example of what you could do with that. Okay, should we keep going? Or should I hold up a bit? Because there's no panic here. Yeah, my panel's going the other way. Oh, the other way opposite of this one, Kathy? Because the original sketch, it's supposed to be going this way, but there's no rules in card making, so it really doesn't matter. Now, if you're finished your panel, whichever way, what length is the DSP? It's about 4 1/8, Gail. And then at that point, that's when I did the diagonal slice. So you're going, your DSP is 4 inches this way, 4 1/8 inch this way, and then I slice just a little bit off. See, this is all I sliced off. And so that's what you're going to do. You're going to slice that off first. Okay? And then you kind of have your template of what you're going to do with that. Okay? So let's tuck that away. Now with this, your card, your decision. You can either put this down on the card using your multi-purpose liquid glue, or you can do dimensionals. On this card, I did use my multi-purpose, and maybe this card, I'm going to change it up. Let's put some dimensionals on there. I like to keep my dimensionals that are open in one of these great shapes to keep things organized. So let's pop our dimensionals on there. My Stamparatus went flying earlier, and my Take Your Pick tool was in that same little bucket. So why is it that lately with my lives, I've been just bumbling through? And you girls put up with me? You're gracious. You are gracious. I just want little chunks right there. So is everybody getting this little panel down onto their card base? Love my Take Your Pick tool. It's a great way to get these backings off too. I just kind of dig in a little bit and twist it up. So now I want to put this on my card base with just a little bit of a frame. So there we go. That's down. So now following the sketch, there is a flag in there, right? So here's what I did with this one, because I made this design paper way too short. This one's a little bit longer, so I might be able to do a flag this time. And what I did was, let's see if I'm going to like it. Let's see if I am going to like this. And I could do that the opposite way. And I could even, I don't have the sketch in front of me, but it doesn't really matter. You know what? I'm going to go for it. So with your flag, and again, there's no rule. You're going to go about an inch with your cardstock, and then you're going to go a little bit smaller with your design paper, right? So if this is an inch, and it's actually not, but let's say that this is an inch, then with your design paper, you're going to go about 7/8 of an inch. Okay, so 7/8 of an inch is like 2 lines before that 1 inch mark. Okay, what I'm going to do is I am going to make a flag with my design paper first. Now, if you don't have a square punch where you could slip this in and make your V, or if you don't have flag dies, here's what you do. Snip into it in the middle, then go from corner to your snip, corner to your snip. Okay, so corner to my snip, and start with your design paper. Corner to my snip. My first original snip in the middle. And there's the beginning of your flag. Okay, I want this a little bit shorter than this, not as deep this way, right? So if I put this down here and imagine my flag, so I want a little bit of green here, my design paper is too long. Okay, so let's cut a little bit off, and I want to make sure that I'm straight, so I'm not going to trust my scissor cutting. So right now this flag is about 4.5 inches long. Let's go to 3 7/8. So that's how much I cut off. Okay, and I want to see how that's going to fit on here. Nothing is glued yet, so I'm good. So I'm going to lay my design paper down on top of my cardstock, and I'm going to repeat the same thing that I just did. I hope this works. It's always different when you do it live, because all of a sudden it's like, why did that work before? So first I'm going to do my cut to the middle, and I don't want to go as deep as my design paper. Then I'm going to my corner, and I'm going up to where I just cut. I love my snips. I'm going to this corner, and I'm going up to where I cut. How's everybody doing? Are you following? I haven't been looking at the comments. Yeah, I'm pretty real, Lucy. And yes, the DSP is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, see how I've got a little bit, I don't know if you can see that, I've got a little bit hanging Okay, now we're back. I need to figure out something else here with my deliveries, because when I do a live, if my front gate is opening, I can't answer the front gate. Okay, I've cleaned that up. Now I'm going to lie down my design paper on here, and I like what I see, but I still don't want to put adhesive on here because I want to make sure that I like it on the card. And it's the same length as my card, so if I just pretend and I move it in a little bit and kind of ignore this side, I think I'm liking that a little bit better. So I am going to cut a little bit more off of there. And let's see if this is going to work. Here's what I'm thinking. If I line this up flush together at that end and just pull it, keeping these edges together, let's pull it. I'm pulling my green along with my design paper, but I'm going to the 3 3/4 mark. Okay, let's give that a cut. So I'm cutting the same length off, right? Whoops. Did you see that move? There we go. It moved on me. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. There we go. So now, when I lay it down, because when I cut it, I had both of these edges here flush, so I cut the same amount off. I already liked the size of my flag. And again, it's still not adhered. So if I did that, or pulled that even, I'm liking that. So I've got the edge of my old olive for the flag right on the same edge as this panel. So now that this is done and I like the size, I am going to adhere these two together. Let's put a little bit of adhesive back there. Whatever you choose. And I want a little border on everything. Oh, let's move on to the circle. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the next part of the sketch. And the next part of the sketch was the circle. So I took a piece of old olive. This is old olive. And I grabbed my stitched shapes framelits, okay? And I got the biggest one and I cut it, okay? And ta-ta-da-da, it's already done. So after I cut it, I thought, you know what? I want it to have a little more of something, any embossing folder. You can run it through the embossing folder that's called Subtles, and then you can actually put it back in again and run it through again. It makes such a beautiful texture. So that's what I did. So I cut my circle with the biggest one from Stitched Shapes, and then I ran it through the embossing folder because I liked it much better. And so I'm not putting anything down because I want to know what this is going to look like, right? Because maybe I want my flag lower, or maybe I want it, right? Like there's no, maybe I want it all like this. Like why not, right? It doesn't have to follow the sketch exactly. It's just kind of a starting place, right? Makes sense? Then what I did, this is so exciting. I took my poinsettia dies that goes with this. Now, these dies, these two flowers anyway, you can see where I took my snips and I just cut right into it. Hard to do, right? But once you do it, it just gets easier. And I used, where is it? This guy. I used the biggest die to cut out. These two flowers are the same. I don't know, let me see. I don't know if there's another one. I don't know if there is. Yeah, there we go. See that? I just kept spinning it. So this die would cut that flower out as well. So all you would do is you would take your scissors and you would just cut into here and cut that out and then run that through your embossing machine. I did it already. So this flower belonged in here, and the card that's hiding under there was the flower that belonged there. Okay? So some of these actually mirror the flowers, and I don't know, I don't think so, because I didn't do this. I don't think so, just by looking at the shape, that's not going to work on any other flower. So I believe in here there are 3 flowers that actually mirror that, and you don't need to do that, but anyway, this was cut using this die on this paper. Okay? It is lovely paper. Let me actually show it to you. So again, this is the Poinsettia Place. So here's what we used. There's the other side of it, which is lovely. This is the same as where I found the flowers that fit the die. I don't think there's another die that fits these. But anyway, this paper is lovely. So you've got pine cones on the back of that. These berries are gorgeous. And you've got wood on the side of that. I wonder if, let's check it out. There we go. Look at that frame from the same die set fits on these berries. Okay? So it's the berries that look like this. So there'd be that one. Where else? Where else? Where else? Anyway, that one for sure. And here we go again. So you just, so same thing. You would just cut in there. I should maybe do that. I've got no red in my card though. I'm not going to. I am not going to. There's these ones. That's the back side of that. Pine cones. Some beautiful sprigs on the back side of that one, and that beautiful flower again. So that is the Poinsettia Place Design Series paper. Okay, so let's do this. So here's our circle, and here's my poinsettia. And I looked at that and I'm like, I need something back there. I took this is from brushed, what is it called? Let's get this straight. Brushed metallic cardstock. So we have 3 different shades. Can you see that? The 3 different shades? They go from kind of a medium almost to a lighter to a darker, and I just grabbed the first one out of the package and cut a strip off of it. So what I do with that is I actually take my die that I know I want to use, which was this one right here, and let's actually do it. I take my die, I lay it down on my cutting board first, because I want to see, there's my cutting track right there. Right here is my cutting track. I want to see how much to cut my cardstock, because I don't want to waste anything. So I know I've got about 1.5 inches. So then I take my 12 by 12, I run it through, I cut 1.5 inches off. Okay? Then, oh, here's that embossing folder. I did have it. Tasteful Textiles, that's what this was. Tasteful Textiles embossing folder. And I ran that through my embossing machine. So here we go. Let's put it this way, because that's the way that I usually cut. And I've got on here, I've got my number 1, my number 2, my number 5, which is my magnetic cutting mat, which is amazing. Then I put down my foil sheet. Let me show you a little trick. Then I put down my berries. If you take a piece of computer paper and cover all of your copper sheet, it helps it to not get marked up, because oftentimes it will get marked up. As it gets pushed through the machine, it'll take on some of the marks that are sorry, I've got the hiccups. It'll take on some of the marks that are on your plate. And if you don't want to do that, just put a little piece of computer paper down and it will keep it nice and clean. Let's run that through. I love this magnetic sheet. I love this whole machine. It's great. It is great. Okay, let's tuck that away. And ready for the reveal? Here we go. Here is the berries. Okay, let's keep that open so I don't lose the die. You want to make sure that everything got popped out, okay? I'm going to take care of the frame in a minute, or the banner. Let's get this together. Let's get that together. I can either put this directly on my flower or on my circle, and I think I'm going to put it on my circle, but I want to see what this is going to look like. Or do I want to go like so? What do you think? Do I want them staggered a little bit away from each other, or do I want them closer? Chime in. Chime in. Closer or further apart? What do we think? I'm watching my video and I think I'm liking it a little bit closer. What do you think? Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. Closer, closer. I'm with you. That's what I was thinking too. So don't be too quick to always put things down right away, because sometimes you need to kind of, move things around a little bit and see what you like. So I know that I'm going to do that. Let's just keep those right there. And all I'm going to do is lift them up a little bit. This glue is not going to show because my flower is coming down on it. Let's just move those a smidge. Let that glue take. It looks like a mess, doesn't it? But you're not going to see it. You're not going to see it. So that's what that looks like. And now I want dimensionals behind my flower. I'm just going to push that over and let that set for a minute. Let's get some dimensionals happening here. I'm getting to the end of this pack, but I use it all. I hope you girls do too. There we go. That hasn't quite set yet. I probably didn't do a really good job of that. I normally don't do that like that. I don't know why I did. I normally would put a little dot of glue right onto my cardstock and then put these down. So I just kind of swam them around in there. Now they're gonna stick. There we go. Clean my tip off. That's better. Let's get this. Now with this poinsettia, you want to make sure that you like the way the berries are facing before you put it down. See how the berries are kind of facing down? Excuse me. I could feel that sneeze coming. I want my berries kind of up, facing up where these guys are. I can't wait to see everybody's cards. I want to see what you've done with this sketch. So there we go. That is down. Yay! I'm excited. Now, I haven't used these yet. Let me pull this out. I want to see. I didn't put any embellishments on there. If I put this on there, see how that just steps it up? That is adorable. Where are my glue dots? Oh no. I don't have any glue dots in front of me. Oh, there they are. There they are. That, can you see that? Let me bring that closer. Can you see? I'm challenged. I think I'm going the right way now. There we go. I am. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Love them. Okay, let's put that down. So when you are finished your cards, and it doesn't have to be at the end of the video, okay? Just when you're finished your cards, I want you to post it onto this feed here that we're doing so that we can see what everybody has created. So that, oh my goodness, that is stunning. You know what? I have to do it again on this other card. So all I do is I take my glue dots, and I like to leave my dots on the coil thing or whatever it's called, and I put my element on it. I press my element so that it picks it up, and now it's back there. And let's put that flower on that completed card. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Okay, so now what I want to do, these are called, by the way, these are called the beaded pearls, and they're in the smaller catalog. And when they're gone, that's it. I'll be getting a bunch of those and a bunch of the black glitter paper. That I know for certain. Now, if you wanted, you could, let's see here. I've got some goodies tucked away. Here is the sheer red ribbon. You could add, instead of the flag, you could add ribbon. So let me pull this down so you can see what I'm doing. So none of this is adhered yet. So I can still play around. I want to put those that way. So you could put just a little piece of red ribbon under there instead of a flag, right? Just to give you different ideas. of when you're following a sketch, don't get stuck in the box. You know, you can do your own thing. Here's another thing you could do. Here's some more. Oh, I don't even have this open yet. Old olive, it's the same color. So you could, can I get this open? There we go. You could put a strip of the old olive down. And look how that just pulls all that gold together instead of a flag. Or you could do this. Make one of these and put that behind your card. Come on, work with me here. So if that was down, like so, just another little element. And I think maybe I'm going to change it up a little bit here. What do I want to do? Because that is actually stunning, because that just pulls all that gold. That's really pretty. I should have not been so quick to put this panel down. I wonder if I can lift it up. So see how you get to a card, and that's why I normally don't, I'm not going to be able to, I don't put things down real quick, because what I should have done was cut the ribbon a little bit longer so I could tuck part of it under here, and this a little bit longer, and tuck part of it under there, right? And then that ribbon is secure. I don't know how I'm going to do this now, because I can't get in here. So don't be too quick to, there's no rules, and yet I was just going to say, I broke my own rule. Oh, is it coming? Come on, baby. I don't want to wreck what I've already put together. Okay, I got that side lifted. Let's see if I can get this side lifted. Ugh, I'm ripping my cardstock a little bit. So there's a good lesson. Don't be too quick. Oh, and I've got a dimensional under here too. Don't be too quick to put your card together with your adhesives. Keep your elements free of each other before you put them down. Okay, I got it. So let's just cut. Hopefully this is going to work now, because I'm working backwards. Normally what I would have done was, let's say this is that panel. Normally this is what I would have done. I would have put my ribbon across it, folded it under so I know this is where I want to go, and I'd put adhesive here, bring that onto the adhesive here, and I would use my tape, put a strip of adhesive there and pull this over, right? And that's how I would do that. So now I'm working backwards. Can I do this? Now that I've kind of destroyed that, let's see how this is going to happen. Let's put sticky strip on there. And here's where your silicone mat is invaluable, because adhesive will not stick on it. Let's see if I can get because my adhesive is not sticking onto my silicone. Bear with me, ladies. The joys of live. The joys of live. Is it coming? Nope. Okay, let's see if I can do it this way. Trying to take the backing off. It's coming. I don't know if this is going to work, because I am working okay. I might be able to do this. I got one side down. Let's see what happens here. I want to make sure that I've got tape here so that I can actually tuck under. This is working backwards. Work smarter, not harder. You girls, you must be done with me at this point. You're like, that's it. I'm done. Okay, so now I want to make sure that I'm not twisted. Let's get this out of the way. Let's make sure that I am not twisted and that I like where it's going. And let's see if, come on baby, if I can tuck this under. Ah, we did it. Okay, now because I lifted these dimensionals, I just want to see how the back side looks under there. That side is staying down. Oh, I can't believe that this actually somewhat worked. That got a little bit bent. Okay, now you know what I want to do. See how my ribbon is not staying down nicely? Let's get a glue dot. And here's where, thanks Gail, we will see your card later. Let's pick up a little glue dot with our take your pick tool. This is going to go down on top of it, so I'm not too worried. And let's get that ribbon to stay down. Ta-da! I did it! I did it, I did it. Okay, this is going to go on there, but I've got a lot of bulk here because of the pearls. I want my sentiment down here. So let's not put that on yet. Let's grab our Stamparatus. When I do sentiments, I very seldom use a block, because I don't fully trust myself with a block. Let me show you how I set up my Stamparatus. I like to stay away from my hinges. I'm going to open my card. And because I'm stamping down here, I'm far enough from my hinges that I'm fine with that. Poinsettia Petals. Let's grab this Merry Christmas. It is lovely. So it's photopolymer. You want to make sure you've got your foam mat. Okay? Let's grab the Merry Christmas. It's beautiful. Such a nice stamp set. I'm going to lay that down where I want it, keeping in mind that this is going to be about there, I think. I am liking that. Then we're going to close the window so we can pick up our stamp. And you know what? I want to grab another magnet. Your photopolymers are nicely sticky. You want to make sure that your paper does not move. Then let's grab our old olive. I want to give us a little bit of stability here on this side. Ink that up. We're just about done. Give it a nice little massage. and press down. So the ink on the photopolymer is soaking into the cardstock. Okay, you want to give it a chance to do that. Whoops. And there's the beauty of the magnets, that nothing moved. There we go. That's better. Clean that up with my chamois. You can use, like, if you go to the dollar store, you could pick up some, what do they call those cloths? A Microsoft cloth, and clean it with that. I don't tend to like baby wipes at all. They leave residue on your stamps. You're better off to spend $1 and grab some of those cloths at the dollar store, or better yet, my favorite is my chamois. And I actually cut mine. Your chamois fits in this whole case. I cut mine. I've got half here and half at the lake. So there, tuck that aside. Get that all cleaned off. Now before I put anything down, it's like, do I still want my flag? So let's not be too quick. I mean, I know that I won't, because I'm loving the ribbon. I'm really liking that. So let's put that down with dimensionals again. Don't forget to send me pictures of your cards. I want to see what you've created. I sent out an email because not everybody is on Facebook. And so hopefully I've got some others who are creating the card following the sketch, and we will add it into that. So what do you think of Mystery Hour? Are you loving it? I got my cardstocks a little bent there because when I was trying to pick it up. Oh my goodness, I love my card. I'm going to put a dimensional, like just a small one. Let's get the back off, or the backing off, because this corner keeps lifting because I reefed on it to get under. There we go. That's better. I love the card. I love the card. Oh, that's great, Lucy. I'm so glad you enjoyed. So sorry that I'm upside down and I'm backwards and all of that. But I'm so pleased with my card. The camera is going to be coming up, ladies and gentlemen, so hang on. Hang on. There we go. I think I'm good. Thanks for coming. That was so fun. I really like my card. So here's the prototype. This is what I worked on last night with my team. Here's what I did this morning. I prefer what I did this morning, but this was still fun to do. And so, yeah, I struggle with sketches sometimes too, but you know what? You just keep playing with it and you know, mucking around a little bit. Don't be too quick, obviously, to adhere things together. Once you get your elements, just lay them on your card, move them around, figure it out, see what you like, what you don't like. I'm very pleased with my card, and very pleased with this card too. Love the pearls. So that's everything. So thank you so much for coming to Mystery Hour. I am going to be doing this at least once a month on a Thursday morning. I hope you pop in next Thursday morning for my Facebook Live. I am going to show you what you can do with strips of design paper. So if you want to play along with me, what you're going to do is you are going to get your design paper that you know you want to use. Stay in the same set. So for instance, let's say I am working with this set next week, which I won't be, but let's say I am. What I want you to do is I want you to cut strips of your design paper. What am I thinking here? About 1/4 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch strips, I think. Yeah, about that. Keep them 12 inches long. Stay in the same family. You want small design. This would work. So 1/4 of an inch strip. This would work. So go through the whole set, and whatever is small-ish, that's what you want to strip. The pine cones would work. Let me see what else. This would work. So how many do you need? I'm not sure, but come and have a peek and see what I do next week with strips of design paper. So thank you so much for popping in. Again, my name is Denise Willerton, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you don't have a demonstrator, whew, I would love to be that for you. You just have to bear with me because I bumble through this because I am just me, and my girls are gracious. They really are. My girls are gracious. I cannot believe that they put up with me. Anyway, it's been a lot of fun. I hope you've enjoyed your time. Do not forget to post your picture. If you don't want to post your picture, could you send it to me anyway? Because I want to see what you created with this sketch. So I'm excited to see what you've done. Keep working. Happy stampin'. And don't forget to send me your creation. Okay? Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.